It's a new year, so I think it's time for a change. I did some minor little updates to my home studio, which is really just a corner of my living room, and I thought I'd show you around because I think these little baby improvements will make my life a lot better. So thank you for being here. Quick studio tour, and then I'm off to work. But first, some tea in this cute cup that my friend made, which honestly was a major perk of this little studio update because she gifted me a lot of pottery stuff, and I will show you what I got and what I'm going to use. So thank you, Tiffy. So that little gifting sesh on top of some stuff that I had already bought for myself made for the perfect little update moment. I still have a couple of things coming and a few things I want to adjust, but I'm not starting throwing. Today is January 1st. Happy New Year. I won't be throwing until the end of the week, so I'm hoping by then I'll have everything ready to go. But welcome to my home studio, i.e. my kitchen table that is now on risers and my wheel. Okay, part one of my update is these table risers. I got them off Amazon and I think they're about 8 inches tall. This is just a kitchen table from IKEA that was never meant to be a pottery table, but I made it one because I needed a table and it's right here. I just cover it with a towel and put my little drawing boards on top. So it's worked fine, but I needed to get something that would be more hip height without buying a new table, and voila, it now comes perfectly to my hips so I don't have to bend over too much when I'm using it, and my life has changed forevermore. So this is the first update. Second is this shower chair. It is literally just a chair for old people to use in the shower, but I love, one, you can adjust the legs, so I have the front two lower than the back two because I'm trying to be more body friendly while I'm throwing, and I debated on throwing standing up, but I have flat feet and not great knees, so that didn't feel like the best move for me, even though I know it has so many perks. So I decided to, one, get this stool so I can adjust my hips to keep them higher than my knee. And then I bought a lumbar support cushion because that feels important. And this is just a plastic chair and that's gonna hurt after a while. And I'm so excited to now throw because I feel like my hips are more in line with the actual wheel head, and I raised my wheel up. My mom gave me some wood blocks and I just wrapped them in craft paper because they were kind of dirty and I didn't really want just wood. And now I feel a little more set. I do think I'm going to get more wood, maybe 2 more, so that I can rest my elbows or just my forearms really on the wheel head while I'm throwing, because right now it's not quite high enough for me to do that, but I feel like having that friction and just being able to put pressure on something really helps while I'm throwing. So those are the wheel updates. This chair looks so silly in our living room, but my back will thank me, so I really don't care. On to the next one. Okay, the next ones is this scale. It's a real scale, not a little baby kitchen scale like I was using, which I will say all the stuff I was using was totally fine. I don't know that I would necessarily go out and buy most of this, so it was kind of nice to get gifted it because it was an upgrade. But you really don't need all that much to make pottery at home, but it is cool to have something that's probably a lot more accurate than what I was using. And oof. Next up is the caddy, which was built with so many things that I have seen before. A lot of it I've never used, or it was duplicates of stuff that I already have that I now have extras of and I don't need to go buy. One thing that I thought was really cool is this shrinkage ruler from Diamond Core Tools. I have heard of these, never got one, kind of have just figured out my shrinkage after making so many things, but this is so helpful. So basically I can measure my piece after I throw it and it will tell me how big it will be at the end. So cool. Sponge on a stick, great. Again, something I could live without, but I've definitely used it since getting it. These have been very good for blending the clay while I'm attaching handles. I don't know what they're called, but again, I have seen them before and I'm so glad that I now have them. This one has been good to sign my pieces, and just some other like fun trimming tools, some knives, some ribs. Some of them are mud tools, which are duplicates of one that I have, which is great, except I actually don't have these three. And I've used this one, haven't used these, but I think I will be using those a lot when I get back to throwing more. Oh, and one of these guys to measure pieces. Again, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I literally don't use anything while I'm throwing, except for like a sponge, a rib, a sponge, this mud tool is rare, and a wire tool to get it off the wheel. So this feels like luxury to me, and I also don't know if I'm obsessed with having so many random things, but I think as I start throwing again this year, right now it feels excessive, but that's because I don't have any clay and I've only made like 10 things. So I think once I get back into full-on making mode, it will be very useful. Another thing, these little chamois leathers, which just soften up the rim at the end. And again, I have used these before, I've just never bought them. I am such a frugal little baby girl. I also got these, they're like molds for handles, but I've just honestly been using them to prop up things and like prop up my handles when they're drying, not necessarily use them to make a handle. So that's been very helpful. Oh, I got a new water bottle, which is great. Oh wait, there's more. Just another one of these guys, a paintbrush, but this guy, the little scraper tool for making attachments, so helpful. It's nice to use these things because sometimes I see tools and I'm like, is that really gonna help me? I don't know. This helps. So this was the greatest gift of all time, essentially. And I'm still using these drawing boards from college and they're great. I would like to have just one large piece of it for this table so that there's not this overlap, but we shall get there. Next up is a really great chair. Okay, one of the two last things in this room is this chair that I just got from IKEA yesterday because I had bought the risers and I put them on the table. I did not once think of, oh, I'm gonna need a taller chair to sit at the table now that the table is going to be way taller. So I only had the chair that I'm sitting in, which is also just from IKEA. So we went to IKEA yesterday and this chair was on sale for like 35 bucks. It's called the Franklin and it's the perfect height, fits my nice cushion, and has a little footrest, which was crucial for me. And I'm so happy. I cannot wait to sit here Like, this excites me so much. I just need to figure out what to do with all of these chairs. One, I'm going to keep by my wheel and put my wood boards on so that I can just easily wire off the piece and then put it on the wood and then just take them off the chair instead of getting a table, because it fits perfectly right there. So for now, the chair will do, but hopefully we'll get upgraded as time moves on. I think once I start throwing with this new setup, I'll just know more clearly what works and what doesn't. But the last thing is this apron that my friend also gave me. I don't fully understand how you put it on, but it covers you fully. And that's what we need, right? I'll figure that out eventually. I think I'm doing it, except it's kind of choking me. I did it. Hold on. Am I ready for anything? Probably. It's great. It's not made for pottery, but it fits nice, and I think it'll be great. And since it opens in the back, when I sit down, it won't like pull on my legs. So we'll try it out, you know? And if I don't end up liking it, I can at least use it to be a towel for me to wipe my hands on. Okay. There are a few things in the hallway, but it's really echoey in there, so I'm just gonna take some footage and talk about it. One of those things is a drying rack, which I think is from IKEA, but I have my bats on it. I honestly haven't been using my bats a lot lately. It has just felt so much more efficient to wire things off and put them on wood, and then I can easily flip them versus like waiting for them to naturally come off the bat. They've just felt kind of pointless lately, but it is nice to have a spot for them because they are very necessary for things like throwing plates and larger pieces. And I just haven't been throwing larger pieces lately, which is why I haven't been using them. But I plan to do so in the very near future, so they will come in handy for sure. I also received another bucket for water. I got so many more sponges and some more little baby tools. She also had a handle extruder, which I don't think she got the chance to use, so it's literally brand new. I don't know when I'll try it out, if I'll try it out, but maybe I'll try it out. It could be cool. I also got a Griffin grip or a Giffen grip, whatever it's called, the thing that you put your pottery on and slide the bars into it and it holds it down for you. I used it once the other day. It was very easy and I didn't find it that complicated, probably because I didn't have to put it together. But it does just spray the trimmings everywhere because the little splash pan isn't tall enough for it, so that's kind of annoying. So I'm on the fence about that, and I think that's it, honestly. It was a great little haul. I'm so pleased and grateful, and it's been such a nice way to start the new year. But wait, there's more. Okay, the last goodies are in these 5 boxes of shipping materials. I have said this before, I want to do more online sales in the new year, and then I got gifted a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be so useful for me. I don't know, that is pretty cool. I'm so confused and happy and cannot wait to start shipping things and trying these boxes out. This box is just a big bowl of this stretchy paper, which is awesome. I also purchased an actual like postage scale, which hopefully will be really great and helpful along with selling more online. My label printer, my thermal label printer, which I'm honestly over the moon that I got. I'm so proud of myself and honestly happy that I was able to make enough to where at the end of the year I can make these purchases and it'll be fine. Like I said, I'm frugal. I don't always like that about myself because I want to invest more in my business and do things well, and they say you have to spend money to make money, and I'm trying to do that in a more reasonable way. So label printer's on its way, and I think that's the last of my little holiday purchase spree, which rounds it out, you know? I'm literally out of breath from talking. How pitiful. Going to get my tea and then I will finish. Okay. I've been really into like mixing tea bags, kind of like when you're young and you like push all the soda fountain drinks into one cup, but with my tea. And honestly, the flavors are really great. Okay, I hope that was fun. Short and sweet, right? I will see you in the next one. If you have questions or comments or even input on things that I can do to make making in a small space that much better, please tell me or ask me. I'm here. Okay, bye for now.